What's up, guys? My name is Tezos. I'm broadcasting from District 7 right now. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel. In this video, guys, I want to talk about the reason why the Tezos Foundation and why the Tezos community and why Arthur and Kathleen Brightman, the creators of Tezos, cannot go out there and lobby the exchanges or ask the exchanges to list Tezos. Okay, many of you guys are in the community are bitching and complaining and want to know why the Tezos Foundation is not working harder to get the Tezos token listed on more cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay, the reason why they cannot do this, guys, okay, is because of the securities laws in the US. Okay, so let me just really briefly explain to you how this works. Okay, the way that in the Western countries such as the US, they have they have laws, they have financial laws where if something is considered a security, they cannot, there's certain rules that apply to it, and there's certain government laws that apply to it. And if it's not a security, then it's the rules are a lot less stringent. They're a lot less, they're easier for people to deal with, okay? So how does the US government determine if something is a security or not, okay? And full disclosure, guys, I'm a high school dropout, okay? I am not a licensed attorney or a licensed law professional, but I have hired lots of attorneys to work in our business to make sure that everything we do and say is compliant with U.S. financial laws and regulations. So I have a lot of them explain to me how the securities laws work. And also, prior to retiring, I used to work for one of the biggest trading schools in America, and each quarter we had to do very, very heavy compliance tests and exams to make sure that we understand what the U.S. financial laws are, and if we didn't pass those financial laws, exams, and pop quizzes, then we don't get paid. So this is something that I've had to deal with for a long period of my life. Okay, having to understand U.S. financial laws, even though I am not a lawyer. Okay. So there are 4 questions that the SEC, the SEC stands for the Securities Exchange Commission, and they're the ones who help regulate and oversee the financial, the securities stuff in America. Okay, and you can say that they're like the police, but they're not actually the police because they don't. They only handle the civilian side. The criminal side, I believe, is handled by what's known as FINRA or FinCEN, okay? So those are the people that are more focused on the criminal side, okay? So anyways, so the SEC, a long time ago, there was a case called the Howey case, and this case set the example, in the legal world, it's called a precedent. They set an example of what the government will consider a security. And this case is called the Howey case because it's about some fruit farmers down in the state of Florida. And this case, got all the way to the higher courts. And it was a very landmark case because that case set the guidelines for what the government will consider a security. In that case called the Howey, they called it the Howey test afterwards, named after the Howey case. Okay, so in this case, in this Howey test, there's 4 questions that the government wants answered, and if it's a yes to all 4 of those questions, then that product or that service or that thing or that stuff is considered a security. So the first question is, did you give money? Okay, so let's just say, for example, that the Tezos Foundation, if the government wants to look at if it's a security or not, even though the Tezos Foundation, everyone in the Tezos community calls it a donation, the U.S. government does not care what you call it. It's the action that was taken that determines if it's a security or not. So the government will ask a question like this. The first question they ask is, did you give money to the Tezos Foundation? And the answer is yes. So all the people who participated in the crowdfunding gave the Tezos Foundation some money, and that is not enough to make it a security. So the answer is yes to that first question. Did you give them money? The answer is yes. The second question was there an expectation of profits? Okay, so even if Kathleen and Arthur Brightman, the creators of Tezos, did not promise that you will make a profit from it, okay, and even if they did not insinuate, or even if they did not hint that there was going to be profits made, whether they hinted or not, okay, it's what you and I, when we gave them the money. Now, I did not participate in the Tezos fundraising, okay, so I'm excluded from it. But if you gave them some Bitcoins or some Ethers, did you expect a profit from that? And the answer to that question is yes. If somebody says no, they did not expect a profit, they're lying, and the courts are not going to believe that. The reason why everyone gave money to the Tezos Foundation and to Arthur and Kathleen Brightman to create the Tezos blockchain is they had an expectation of profits. So to say that it's no, we didn't expect any profits, is not, the courts and the U.S. government are not going to believe that. Okay, it's going to be very hard to prove that you didn't give them money and not expect profits during the ICO boom in 2017. Okay, so the first question is, did you give them money? The answer is yes. Number two question is, did you expect profits from giving them money? The answer is yes. Number three question is, was it towards a common enterprise? Was the money given towards the creation or the work or the project was a common enterprise, meaning that it was something that everyone pitched money into to create or develop? And the answer to that question is also yes. Okay, the question is yes because everyone put it in there and hoping that we would build this, that the Tezos Foundation and Arthur and Kathleen Brightman is going to build the Tezos blockchain. So yes, everyone was putting their money into a common enterprise or a common project. Okay, it's not like you put it in there and they're going to build a Tezos, and then some of that money is going to be going towards building Bitcoin, and then some of it's going towards saving the climate changing whales or something. Okay, so that's not what it was. It was all towards a common enterprise or a common project called Tezos blockchain. Okay, so the number three question is also a yes. Now the last question, which is the number four question, if the answer to that is also a yes, then that makes the Tezos project a security, and they need to be registered with the government before they're allowed to raise money. Okay, so the fourth question here is very, very critical, and it's very crucial, and that question is it on the the efforts of others? Right? Number one, okay, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Even though I did not participate in the Tezos ICO, did I give them money? Yes. Did I expect profits? Yes. Was it towards a common project or a common enterprise? Yes. And now here's the fourth question, guys, is it based on the managerial efforts of others? Is the profits based on the managerial efforts of others? Meaning that, is it based on someone else's efforts and it's beyond my effort? Like, I have nothing to do with it. Is it beyond that? And I'm going to argue that the answer is no. The answer is no, and that's why the Tezos blockchain cannot be considered a security, because the answer to that fourth question, in my opinion, and I'm not a legal expert or anything, okay, but the answer to that question is a no, and here is my reasoning and here's my justification for it being a no, okay? First of all, when I buy the Tezos tokens, okay, there's a lot of people out there that plan on buying the Tezos tokens to stake it, and they were going to become a baker and bake the rolls, which is 10,000 tokens. So the people that bought that, they had the intention of contributing to the network, and without those bakers baking and validating transactions in the network, right, then the Tezos Foundation is not just based on the efforts of Arthur and Kathleen Brightman and the Tezos Foundation, but it's based on my efforts contributing my computing power and my computers to help secure the network, validate transactions, and process transactions in the network. So there's no way that in my opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, okay, in my opinion, there's no way that the courts or anyone can argue that the value of the Tezos tokens going up is just based on the managerial efforts of just Arthur and Kathleen Brightman and the Tezos Foundation only. That is, I can argue that, in my opinion, I'm willing to argue that effort is based on a community effort. Okay, so it's based on my effort, because right now I'm validating transactions on the network, and there's a bunch of people that's you got Tezos Land, you got Tezigator, you got XTZ Baker, you got all these validators that are contributing to validate the network, and it's not just on the efforts of the Tezos Foundation and the and Arthur and Kathleen Brightman, the creators of Tezos. So if the courts want to argue that this fourth question, is it based on the managerial efforts of just Arthur and Kathleen Brightman and the Tezos Foundation, the answer to that question is a resounding and absolute no, in my opinion, because the people on my team and other people have to contribute computing power to help secure and validate transactions on the network. So there's no way that they can do it all by themselves. Okay, so because of that, the courts cannot argue that Tezos is a security product or a security and needs to fall under SEC jurisdiction, because the managerial efforts to make it gain or increase in value for each Tezos token is not just on the efforts of Arthur and Kathleen Brightman or the Tezos Foundation. It's based on the efforts of all the bakers, all the validators, and all the delegators inside the Tezos community. So they cannot say that they are completely responsible for it, okay? They can write the code, but without all the validators, delegators, and people that make up the Tezos community, there's no way that the Tezos blockchain can exist, okay? All right, so what does this have to do with the Tezos Foundation not asking for a exchange listing and not lobbying the big exchanges to list the Tezos tokens for trading, okay? It goes back to the fourth question, guys. If the Tezos Foundation and if Arthur and Kathleen Brightman publicly, and we have evidence of them going to the exchanges and asking them to list the Tezos tokens to be traded, then now they are responsible. They are responsible. They are directly responsible for getting the value of the tokens up. And that will give that fourth question that the SEC is going to ask in those 4 questions from the Howey test. That is going to answer that question and make it a yes, because it's based on the managerial efforts of others. And this is the reason why, guys, they cannot go out there. This is the reason why they cannot go out there. The Tezos Foundation, Arthur and Kathleen Brightman, all these people that's involved with Tezos, they cannot go out there and ask the exchanges to get listed, okay? That has to be between me, you, and everyone else in the community. If you have, have contacts inside, the people that receive that ICO money cannot be the people that go out there and ask the exchanges to list the token, guys. It has to be one of us, okay? It has to be one of us out of the 30,000 people that contributed to the Tezos ICO. It has to be one of those people. It cannot be Arthur and Kathleen Brightman or the Tezos Foundation. Please stop asking them and stop bugging them. Why aren't you guys doing more to get the Tezos token listed on a major exchange? They cannot do that, because if they do that, then it's going to violate SEC rules and laws in the United States where they live, okay? So you cannot ask them to go and violate US financial laws and break the law, okay? Please do not do that. And please stop asking them to do that, because it's their responsibility. Is they said in the ICO during the crowdfunding that they would accept the funds, accept the donations to build the blockchain, okay, the Tezos blockchain. They did not say that they were going to go and get it listed on the exchange. That would be against the terms and conditions of their ICO fundraising or their crowdfunding, okay? So I hope that this video helps to clarify and explain to you guys why the Tezos Foundation and why Arthur and Kathleen Brightman and the people who receive the ICO funds, they cannot be the ones that go and ask for an exchange listing. If you know someone at Bittrex, if you know someone at Coinbase, if you know someone at Poloniex, if you know someone, right, you have to be the one that goes out there and ask him. Now, here's the thing, guys. Let's say that you know someone that can get the Tezos token listed on Coinbase or on Poloniex or on Bittrex, okay? You are going to need technical help from the Tezos Foundation and from them, right? So if you ask them, hey, what are the technical details that I need to get the Tezos token listed on Bittrex? Now that is legal. That is legal because you asked them, because their responsibility is to ask and answer any questions that the community has about the Tezos blockchain and to promote the progress and the advancement of the Tezos blockchain. So if you ask them, hey, what technical specifications or details do I need in order to get the Tezos token listed on Bittrex, on a major exchange, they will do that. They will give you the technical details, the technical specifications. They can work with you on that, but they themselves cannot initiate the conversation of getting the token listed. Okay, so be aware of that. So stop asking them. It's not fair. It's not fair, guys. Okay, these guys are trying to build a better smart contract platform called Tezos, right? It's not fair to jump on their ass and to ask them to violate U.S. or Western financial laws. Even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't understand it, they are living in a country where those laws exist, and it's not fair to ask them to violate the laws, okay, in their country in order to get the token listed. If you know the exchanges and you know people that know them, right, you are welcome to help and get those tokens listed, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys, right? If you find this information useful, right, and you have been struggling with your cryptocurrency trading and investing, I highly recommend that you take some of the profits that you have made early this year, right, and get you a copy of the cryptocurrency investing blueprint at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint, right, so that you stop wasting time trying to figure it out, so that, you know, in the cryptocurrency investing blueprint, we share everything that, all the mistakes and everything that we have learned to help us become wealthy from cryptocurrency trading and investing and be able to retire early, okay? So if you want to do the same thing, you can shortcut the time that it takes for you to learn by getting you a copy, okay? Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, and I will see you in the next video. I am going to the tallest building in Vietnam right now to meet the people, the engineers that's helping me build the trading software that I'm building. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a glance here, right there. Right, this wall's in the way, but if you guys ever want to build a right there, the tallest building in Vietnam is right there. Right there. Okay, so there's a lot of construction going on in Vietnam right now. There is a lot of it's a huge booming market. If you guys ever want to convert your profits into something tangible, I highly recommend you take a look at some of the there it is right there. There's the tallest building in Vietnam. It's called the Landmark 81 right there. Okay, I highly recommend that you guys take a look at investing in some of the real estate here. It is crazy. Some of the real estate here goes up, you know, 1x, 2x in 1 year. So, all right. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in a future video.